Today is 30 June 2026, a date that many South Africans have been watching closely for weeks. In the lead up to today, there were widespread concerns about planned anti-illegal immigration marches, threats of shutdowns, potential violence, and even comparisons to previous periods of unrest, such as the xenophobic violence of 2008 and the July 2021 riots. Security forces across the country prepared extensively with SAPS, Metro Police, private security companies, and other stakeholders coordinating their response. So now that most of the day has passed, except for the night, which still lies ahead, what can we say? Well, the first and perhaps most important observation is that South Africa did not experience the widespread collapse of public order that many feared. Across the country, businesses have operated, people went to work, and daily life pretty much continued. While there were marches and demonstrations all over the country, the catastrophic scenarios circulating on social media did not materialize. That does not mean nothing happened. Reports indicated that there were indeed incidents of violence and intimidation, looting, clashes with police. There have also been reports of attacks on foreign nationals and foreign-owned businesses linked to tensions surrounding these protests. These incidents are serious and should not be dismissed simply because they did not escalate into nationwide unrest. So, what can we learn from today? First, preparation matters. One of the reasons today appears to have remained largely under control is that people took the possibility of unrest seriously. Law enforcement prepared. Individuals reviewed their plans, adjusted their schedules, and paid attention to developments. Preparedness is often invisible when it succeeds because the disaster everyone feared never happens. But that does not mean the preparation was unnecessary. Second, there is a difference between vigilance and panic. Over the last few weeks, many people asked whether they should stockpile supplies at home, stay home indefinitely, or expect the country to descend into chaos. The reality is that neither complacency nor panic is particularly useful. The goal is to remain informed, maintain situational awareness, and make sensible decisions based on credible information rather than rumors on social media and speculation. Third, large public gatherings are always totally unpredictable. Even when organizers intend for events to remain peaceful, large crowds consist of individuals with different motivations. Most may be there to make their voices heard, but it only takes a small number of opportunists, agitators, criminals, or emotionally charged individuals to create problems. That is why responsible citizens should never assume that a gathering will remain peaceful simply because it started that way. So, can we relax now? Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that the worst fears of widespread national unrest do not appear to have materialized today. That is encouraging. No, in a sense that social tension does not simply disappear simply because a particular date has passed. Some organizers have already indicated that they intend to continue demonstrations and pressure campaigns in the weeks ahead. The underlying issues that brought people onto the streets today have not suddenly been resolved. Historically, tensions surrounding large protest movements often continue after the event, especially if individuals decide to exploit the situation for criminal purposes or if retaliation occurs in isolated communities. The next 48 to 72 hours will probably tell us whether today was the peak of this event or merely a phase of it. For that reason, I would suggest maintaining normal levels of vigilance over the next few days. Not heightened anxiety, not panic, just awareness. Pay attention to local developments, avoid areas where tensions are escalating, keep your communication channels open. Continue living your life, but don't assume that because one day has passed relatively peacefully, every problem has now been solved. Finally, today's events remind us of an important principle that applies far beyond politics or public protest. Preparedness is not about predicting disaster, it's about being ready if disaster occurs. When nothing happens, people often say the concern was overblown. But sometimes the reason nothing happened is precisely because people took the possibility seriously enough to prepare. For now, South Africa appears to have navigated a tense day better than many expected. This is good news. The challenge now is to remain calm, remain informed, and remain vigilant without allowing fear and complacency to take over. Until next time, stay aware, stay safe, and stay prepared.